Hey guys, welcome to Tech Talk with Command and AI, and today I'm going to show you how to make an email inside of Designs. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into that. The first thing that you're going to want to do is go ahead and look along the left-hand panel there and go down to Designs. What you're going to do is select Create Design in the upper right-hand corner, and then select Email. Now there are a lot of templates available for you, so you can kind of go through and see which one works for you. There's plenty of different things to choose from. They have for sale, open house, featured homes, lots of different designs. The one that I'm going to go with is going to be for newsletters. All right, so I'm going to select Classic Newsletter A. I believe that's the one that I usually work with. Yeah. So it's a pretty standard design, and that's what it looks like right now. So all of this information right here should be auto-populated, and it comes from your marketing profile. So whatever you have in your marketing profile is going to be brought over into this area. Now, the Market Center team logo, that does show like that as a broken image if you have nothing in the team logo spot. One of the things that you can do for that is just take a transparent blank image and put it in that spot, and it'll just show plain. Or if you have a logo that you created for your business, you can put it in the team logo section unless you were actually part of a team, in which case the team logo would need to go there. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to bring over the image icon. Now you just simply grab and pull it over. One of the things that I want to point out though is that it will let you put it pretty much anywhere. But I see that green line right there. I don't want it to be on the side of anything. I want it to be directly above or below. Now you're totally free to go ahead and put it on the side if that's something that you wanted to do. But what it does is it throws off the design of the email. And when you view it on a phone or a tablet, it's going to look off. It'll show up okay on PC, but it ends up not being so great. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that, and then I'm going to drag it over and put it right above. Now you can search for free versions of pictures. I believe on Pixabay is a good spot to look, or go on Google and look for anything that's not copyright protected. But I have a couple of free ones right here that I already pulled over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just select one of those. If you did want to add one though, you would go to add image and then simply click right there to select an image that's on your PC, or you can drag it over. If you have a file that's open, you can just drag it and drop it in there. So for now, I'm just going to pick this one right here. Now, if you didn't like the size of that image, you can double click into it and you can change it. So it's 750 by 421 width and height. You can just adjust those as you see fit. So if you wanted to drop it by 100 on each one, and you want to keep it within the same ranges that it was in before, so it doesn't get smushed or weird looking. And then you can change the position, center, left, right, and you can even add a link to it. So if you wanted it to be clickable, you would just select whatever it was. So you could, I'm just going to use Google as an example. You could link to web address and then copy and paste whatever the web address is. So I readjusted it. It looks a little bit smaller, and it is a clickable link. One of the things that you can do to test your clickable links is if you're on a mouse that has a scroll wheel that's a button, you can use the scroll wheel button and it will open up in an additional window. So you've got your picture. Now you want to select your headline copy. So one of the things that you can do is just double click into it, and you can change the sizes by going from H1 to H6. I'm going to leave it the same size, but what I am going to do is I'm going to highlight it, and I'm going to change the type of text that it is, and then I'm going to center it. And then you could create a headline, something like, thinking of moving. And now you have your picture and your headline. So you can write your entire email yourself, which is totally fine. Or if you want to save yourself a little bit of time, you can create yourself a ChatGPT account. And if you do that, it makes creating emails quite a bit easier. So it looks like this email is going to be based around someone who might be thinking of moving. So you could tell ChatGPT to write you an email based on that. So I'm telling ChatGPT, write me an email asking if someone is thinking of moving. I'm a real estate agent who can help them buy and sell. So it's going to write me this email, exploring your real estate goals. Let's discuss your options. So what I would do is I'd kind of read through it and see if it makes sense to you. If you don't like the way that it sounds, you can tell it to make it more friendly. Make this email more friendly. So it gives you the subject, and then it writes the email base for you. And it's definitely more friendly than it was originally. Just for the purpose of this video, I am just going to copy and paste it and just assume that it is perfect. One of the things that you're going to want to look out for is where it says recipient's name. So that's not automatically going to bring your client name over. You're going to have to delete that, and then you're going to hit this little block in the corner over here, and then you're going to scroll down to contact first name. The other thing that I would do is I would divide these paragraphs like it was on the original ChatGPT design, so it doesn't look all squished. So there you go. Now you've got a photo, you've got a headline, and you've got your text for the email. I actually don't like how squished that is right there. So let's see if we can adjust that in any way. I don't think we can do it from here. I think that these margins are predetermined. So the other option is to bring a text block over, copy and paste that, and there you go. It doesn't look so squished now. Now, if you wanted to add another link right there, you'd be able to do that much like we did with the picture up above. You could just double click it. You can change the background color. You can move the position of it. You can change the width and the height. You can change the font on the inside of it. And then you can select a landing page or a web address. If you want to change the text right there, you would replace the text that shows right there where it says link copy. I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of it because we already put one earlier. Now, when I'm looking up here, it looks kind of squished with the picture and then the text right there. So one of the things that I want to do is I would like to bring this table cell. So I'm going to duplicate that cell and see if I can bring it up and put it right in the middle. Sometimes you have to figure out what's going to work with these. It doesn't always work perfectly. And it doesn't look like it's going to let me put that in the center. So I'm going to go back and just drop it where it was. And my other option is to bring a text block down, set it in the center, and then just delete the text. So now I have that space between the picture and the headline text right there. So if we go back and look at it, now you've got a pretty professional looking email that you can send to your database. One of the things that I like to add to this is a listing block. and I like to feature a listing. So what I would do is I would bring that down, and then you simply double click that, and then you select a listing. You can search by address, MLS number, or KWLS ID. I usually did MLS number when I was doing it, but just for the sake of this video, I'm just going to pick one. Let's say I pick that house right there. It's then going to bring up all the pictures that are inside of that particular listing. So you've got some pretty cool pictures. I like the way that they did the sky in that one. Let's just go ahead and select it. And all this other information should be brought over. Now, if you want to create a link to this, because there's no link automatically applied to it, what I would do is copy that address. And then go to your KW website. And when you're at your KW website, so this would have been mine right here. It's got my picture there. I'm going to drop the address in. And that is not, there it is. There we go. So we have the correct listing now. Now what we're going to do is we're going to copy that. We're going to come down here. We're going to link it to a web address. And now you have a featured listing. So you could even bring a little text block over here and put that in there. Put it in the center. Maybe you want that a little bit bigger. There you go. So now you have a featured listing. So that is a very simple and quick way to create an email design. You'll want to name it up here in the corner. So you could just name it Thinking of Moving. Click Save. And if you exit, just make sure you save changes again so that it stays. Refresh. And now you've got your design for your email right there. You can click back into it if you want to adjust anything. You can change the picture. So one of the things that you can do here is you can keep the base of what you've created and then just duplicate it. So if you didn't want to go in and recreate the whole thing, you could make a copy of it, go in, and then just change the picture, subject, the base of whatever it is that you wanted to say, and then change the featured listing, but the rest of it's done for you. That's one of the ways that I would create my weekly and monthly emails. Was I created a single one, I duplicated it, and then I just changed things as needed. As always, guys, I hope that helps, and I'll see you next time. If you would like to schedule a one-on-one with me so that we can sit down and go over Command in more depth, please feel free to scan this QR code to get onto my calendar.